let's get started. So, Amy, you want to? Okay, so this is introductions, like it's like an icebreaker, but we call it ice smasher just for the fun of it. So, actually, let's do introductions first before icebreakers. So, I'm just going to introduce what our club is, and you guys might not be too clear about it just because we haven't talked about it much. So our club is dedicated to creating a virtual mini world where members can experience a real life-like economy and be able to be prepared when entering adulthood, and financial literacy and the ability to properly assign one's money will be an essential teaching of the club. There will be no lessons, but rather teaching through experiences without having a great consequence. Like in real life, if you fail or something, you might have a great consequence, but here you just gain an experience without having a really big consequence. And this club is open to everyone of varied interests because the real world has a place for every one of us, right? So it is our job to create a life for ourselves through hard work and effort. This club is where future leaders and elites are able to gain self-growth, international connections, and so much more. If you have any questions regarding what the club is, please wait until the end. There's going to be a question and answer session. And to begin with, I want to let you know that this club is appropriate for ages about 13 to 18. So if you are younger or older than that age group, the offerings of this club may not be part of your top priority right now. And another thing is this may not concern most of you, but we're so sorry that we are not going to offer joining as a school as of right now because we want to have this club as fully developed as possible. Just to summarize, this club is mainly focused on self-growth and growing internationally. Icebreakers. Okay, so if you don't feel comfortable to speak, that's totally fine. But I would encourage you to speak just because, like we should get to know each other within the club as well as partnering in the future. So I'll start. My name is Amy and I'm from South Florida in the United States, and I'm currently a sophomore in high school, which is 10th grade. So Rita, do you want to go next? Okay. Hi, my name is Rina. I am from China actually, but right now I live in South Florida, and my current grade is sophomore 10th grade, and I am 15 years old. Why don't we do popcorn style, which I'll call on one of you, and then you'll go, and then one of you will call on someone else. Yeah, so if everyone has gone, we can move on to the next thing, which is the merit system. Rina is going to introduce that. Okay. So within the club, there is this thing called merit system. Do we know what merit means? Merit basically means points. Like in the English meaning, merit means points. But yeah, merits. So the merits in this community is like money in the real world. And you can earn them. You can also use merits to buy things. And everyone who is officially committed that they're joining this club will get an ID number, and your ID number will be on a spreadsheet which will record how much merits you have. So basically in this community, everyone will have like a certain amount of merits. You can use them to buy things, and you can also earn merits. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to go over how you can earn merits and the merit store, which there's a store called the merit store, which you can buy things using the merits you have. So there are many ways you can earn merits. When you first join the club, which is everyone's position right now, you can take notes and write summaries of our meeting, and the notes we choose to use for our meeting description, if we choose to use your notes, you will earn a certain amount of merits. And also at the end of every meeting, not this one, but in future meetings, at the end of every meeting, we will have a voting session of whoever participated the most or whoever done the most preparation for the meeting. And whoever won the voting, they will also win a certain amount of merits. And also inviting people to the club will also get you merits, a certain amount of merits. Also attributing ideas and giving new ideas to the club, like how the club can improve, how the club can be more fun, that will also give you merits. And also just coming to every meeting, just participating in every meeting will also get you merits. Okay, so that's how those are some ways you can earn merits. Now that you have the merits, how can you use it? So we have this merit store which you can buy things using your merits. And here are some current things that are offered in the merit store. One, community service hours. You can buy community service hours using your merits because the amount of merits you have directly reflects the amount of time you spend for this club. So you can use your merits to redeem your community service hours. And another thing you can buy is jobs. Within this club is basically a mini world. So there are going to be jobs. Some jobs may include the banker, the person who manages other people's merits. Also, there's a store manager, a person who's in charge of the store. There also can be, like other jobs that are offered, but right now it's currently just these jobs. And why these jobs need to be by merits, because the merits proves that you have enough dedication to this club, so you can use the merits to buy these jobs. You can also use the merits to buy some real world awards. For example, if you want to travel to Los Angeles, you can use your merits in a merit store to buy a ticket to Los Angeles, like a real thing. You can also use your merits to buy a Disneyland ticket or Universal ticket. So basically that's how merit works. And how you manage your merits is how you will manage your money in the real world. So that's the point we kind of want to make. So we're trying to make this club as real world as possible. So as real as possible, so there is a total amount of merits in the bank, just like there is a total amount of cash around the world. There is a total amount of merits in the bank that people can make. But as more and more people join the club, as more and more merits are being earned, if there is a need in increasing the total amount of merits, there will be an inflation, which means products and everything price will increase. Do we know what inflation means? First word taught. Do we know what inflation means?
Yes.
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 And so right now this club is at its very beginning stage. This is our very, very first meeting. So everyone right now have 0 merits, right? And we're not actually functioning yet, but when the club actually start functioning, people start making merits, start making money, technically, we can add a lot more fun things. For example, investing your merits, like letting your merits work for you, or we can have lottery games too to like earn more merits. That's basically the whole introduction to merits. Amy, do you have anything you want?
Yes, actually. So if you did not get any of that, or you don't understand any part of it, please type your question in the chat, or just speak out loud, because we can answer questions regarding that right now.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
What is inflation? What is inflation?
Inflation. Yeah. Okay. Inflation is basically, let's say the United States right now have $1 billion in Like around the United States, there is $1 billion. But right now, the government is giving money to families who need support. But to get that money, the government needs to print more money, right? And if they're printing more money, the US government cannot just print more money because then the United States will be automatically more rich than other countries. So then there's inflation. That means the vegetables in the grocery store price will increase because there's more cash being printed out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, and to make it more clear, is basically like more money being made, the things are going to be more expensive. So if there's $1,000 in the bank, things are not going to be as expensive as they are, because once the money run out or stops circulate, like all the money goes to the rich, then there will be no more money for the poor, right? So similarly, if all the money goes to the poor and the rich has the similar amount of money, they want to make the society circular, so they would make inflations and growing or lowering the prices of certain products. And how it's going to work in our club is essentially, okay, so whenever we make more, whenever we give out more merits, say the ticket right now, plane ticket to LA from like Germany to LA costs 10 merit points, right? And if we make a certain percentage more merits in our bank, then we'll increase that a certain percentage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So next, oh, Rina, do you have anything else?
So I just want to add on, this is, I don't know if you guys fully understand what this club is. So basically this club is a mini real world. So people essentially, we're all gonna have a certain role in this community. Like we're gonna have a role as a banker, as an investor, just basically a mini real world.
We are going to take a picture together and then move on to the Q&A session.
So Amy will be sending a link in the chat, and if you open that link, it not only gives us a consent, but filling out that form will get you an ID number, which means you officially joins the club. After this meeting, if you're not interested in the club anymore, you don't have to do that Google form, but that Google form is basically the official thing to join the club. Yeah, the official form to join the club.
I said, is there going to be a meeting like is there going to be a picture every meeting?
Okay, so essentially we are going to have a set schedule which you can make on your calendar continuously, and then we're always going to host 2 meetings, which is one going to be for the Western Hemisphere, and the other one's going to be for the Eastern Hemisphere, just because of the time zones. And we are trying to, I already said that once, but I'm going to repeat myself again. So we're going to have bi-weekly meetings. So if you cannot make one, we're always going to post that on the website and you can watch it. Oh, and note takers are always welcomed. So please, if you took notes, just send us an email with your notes and put the subject as first meeting notes. And then we're going to have a title for every meeting from now on. It's not going to be the first. If we're discussing about financial literacy, we would just say financial literacy meeting notes, okay? And we will be creating an Instagram post of the summary of the meeting, and the last slide of the post will be people who participated. And so later, if the club grows really big, we can come back and see, oh, who are the original people that were in the club, and that can be very rewarding. And Amy, would you stop sharing your screen so I can share mine, and I'll go depth in the merit system? Okay, so I figured that. So this is the basic of how the merit record will look like. There will be group of 15. So this is your ID number. Once you officially join the club, we will be sending you an email or in some form tell you what your ID is.
and there will be merit records, like the amount of merits you have, let's say 50, but then you spend $10 on a plane ticket, you had 60 total. And then, if you have 60 merits, that's a lot. Then you might be at level 3 or level 4. So this is what the merit system will look like. And everyone would have access to this form to check your merits. Yeah. So merits are like money in the real world. And in this club, we are managing our merits, which is managing our money. That's one thing I had to add on. Yeah, if you have any questions, type your name. Okay, so Zara, what's your question?
Thank you. I wanted to ask about the merits because I didn't really catch that. Are merits like a real thing? I don't understand, how can I buy a ticket to LA with merits? Is it a real thing, or did you like make it up? And yeah.
So basically merits is only to this club. Right now, you will earn money, but merits, like merits are basically money. But once you do have that certain amount of money made in this club, you can buy that ticket from this club and I'll purchase it for you. I'll just give it to you. Like, yeah, that's what it means. But the merits are hard to earn. And if you do have, a certain amount of merits, then you do deserve this. That's what I mean.
Okay, and
Yes.
just in addition to that, if you have filled out the form, not just participating in the meeting, but if you have filled out the form, which I can put the link in here again, you will have already earned 1 merit just because of participation. And I will put the link in the chat again if you haven't filled out that yet, because it's really important. Okay, Rena, do you want to answer Zoe's question? So do you plan to have a...
Oh, the club meeting right now is going to be once every other week. But then before each meeting, we will send you the topic of next meeting, which you need to prepare for. Of course, it's not required to be prepared for, but preparing for it while you will have more participation in the club, in the meeting, which will get you more merits. And if you have the merits, then you have the merits. Yeah. And also, in the real world, the rich people usually have more respect, right? Usually, like, it's not always, but usually, the more rich they are, the more you look up to them, like not in a education sense of way, but just because the amount of money they have. But this concept is wrong, but this club, we're trying to make it as real world as possible. So everyone can see how much merits you have if they know your ID number. So basically, also what it means is the more merits you have, the more respect you have in this club, and the more say you have, basically. Well, the time of the meeting change forever for every meeting. We're basically set on this time, so it's every other Saturday, 2:00 EST and 10:00 EST. There's always 2 meetings. If you have time here, come to this meeting. If you have time there, go to that meeting. Are merits like cryptocurrency? No, merit system is only in this club. It has nothing to do with the stock market, nothing to do with cryptocurrency. How does volunteering work? So, as I mentioned, the merits you earn, you can use the merits to redeem community service hours, because the amount of merits you have directly reflects the amount of time you have dedicated to this club. So you can use your merits to redeem community service hours. What topic will we discuss for next meeting? So the topic will be related to finance. We have not come up with the topic yet, but if you have a good topic idea, you can suggest it and just email us. And if we do choose to use your topic, then you will also earn merits for that. We will come up the meeting before next Saturday, so you will have at least a whole week to prepare.
And do not email us the topic. We will send out a form for topic requests. So do not email, because email is a lot of emails to open, and we're already having a notes submission. So just after the meeting tomorrow, within 24 hours, no, within 48 hours after this meeting, we will send out a topic request.
How does volunteering work? So I think I already answered that. Volunteering, which is community service hours, it basically means the same, right? And you could use the merits you earn and go to the merit store to buy community service hours because it matches. Does that make sense? Because I think you asked this question before. Are we going to learn about business and networking? Yes, in this club, it's not specifically classes about business and networking because there are so many classes online and they don't seem to work that well, right? So in this club, you will be experiencing it, like actually experiencing it and learning from your mistakes. That's, if that makes sense. If I offer the topic, I have to prepare for that topic. No matter if you offer or you don't offer the topic, everyone is encouraged to prepare for the topic. How do you prepare? Amy, why don't you answer? The topic we come up with, we're not just going to talk about, next meeting we're going to talk about the stock market. We're not going to do that. We're going to say, what part of the stock market or which specific topics we're going to be talking about. So say next meeting, we're going to talk about microeconomics. We're going to talk about, you should research on how taxes work in your country. And maybe that's a topic you're researching on. It will be very specific, so you won't get confused. And if you're confused, there is going to be a part on the doc where you can ask questions and we will answer you. Is there going to be the same link for the meetings? No, we will send out an invite every time. Actually, we will send out a new invite for recurring meetings, so it will recur bi-weekly. Can we have a place where we can show people tips and advice if you already have a knowledge on some things? Okay, Rena's answering. So that is the thing with our meetings. Our meetings is not going to be class like me teaching you. Our class is going to be us teaching each other. Like you might have the knowledge on this, I might have knowledge on this. So within the meeting, it's a discussion. You will have chances to share your ideas and your advice while we have a topic on certain things. So it's a discussion kind of meeting. It's like a discussion, but also teaching each other at the same time. Yeah, so if we come across a topic that you're really passionate or you're really good at, you can type in the chat, say, I'm an expert at this, so do you mind if I host part of the meeting? And we will also have a meeting host request on the website where you can fill out the form, request to host a certain meeting, and then if you do get approved to host that meeting or you get approved, then you get to earn merits as well. So hosting meetings, showing leadership skills, and if you don't feel comfortable for the first few months of this club, you can definitely develop your confidence and leadership skills along the way. I think I should create a group chat for the participants. Oh, okay, so Rena is building a Discord server. We're gonna have a Discord server to communicate with because that's the only way. But if you do not feel comfortable with Discord or you don't know how to use it, there's a lot of tutorials online. And if your country does not allow Discord, we will create a Instagram group chat for those who doesn't have or are not allowed to have Discord. Okay, yeah, any other questions? Okay, I think that's it, right?